I can't defend. Every signal breaks and waves. You fade before I get to stay. I chase the echo through the dark. Still feel your weight without a spark. Touch and vanish, cold routine. You haunt the space between. Why's it always fade and return? Now we'll never even know what we were. You ignite, then disappear. You're just a gravity ghost. You collapse, then reappear. Like you haunt what I need most. Fall close, then burn away. It's a pattern I know. You orbit just astray, then leave me colder than alone. You switch your mask with every phase. You never land, just drift and graze. Why you always come with storms? Say your love, then bring the war. This was always loaded dice, a fairy tale with sacrifice. Now I float where nothing speaks, and your silence still repeats. Why is it always pull and release? You never give, you just repeat. You ignite, then disappear. You're just a gravity ghost. You collapse, then reappear. Like you haunt what I need most. Fall close, then burn away. Just to watch it erode. You orbit just to fade, then leave me colder than alone. Then leave me colder than alone. This was never in my plans. The tide betrayed, I'm slipping through the sand. Oh, the albatross crash lands, and I can't shake the feeling that I'll never make it home. If I stare into the deep, will it borrow me? If I stare into the deep, will it follow me? If I stare into the deep, will it hollow me? If I stare into the deep, will it swallow me? Wake me when the new day comes. Together we will ride the sun. The future is an empty gun. We fire onto them one by one. Wake me when the new day comes. Together.
All right. Just getting everything set up here. Gotta fix that. A few things are really off this morning with my using OBS, so I've had to try to fix it. It's probably because I finally got the chat box up there, and I'm sure it caused a few issues, but for some reason, like, my camera's in a weird spot and just all sorts of stuff. So here we are for Terraria Expert Hardcore in part number 7. So, off stream, I was looking for the I was looking for the underground corruption and underground hollow. I did find the hollow. It's right down here. While I was down there, the pirates event did activate. So I did end up fighting. I did end up fighting the pirate event. I assure you didn't miss anything. Because all I did was box myself in down here and let some of my summons pretty much kill everything. So I'm working on the summoner set. So I'm going to fight the suspicious looking eye so I can get the another Shield of Cthulhu. Beyond that, I'm not sure what else I'll be getting for it. I don't think I'll do the whip. Or maybe I will. I mean, I can make the spinal tap. But, let's see here. Fighting the spiders was really dangerous. I had to recall out a couple times. But what almost got me, I did almost die. I was well below half health. I was down in the hollow, getting crystals and farming souls of light, which I only have 9 of, and Mimic spawned. And it came right at me and hit me several times, so it was horrifying. But yeah, let's just go fight the Eye of Cthulhu real quick. It will only take a second. It'll be super easy. But I did manage to make the Spider Queen staff, the Spider staff, got the armor, bought the pygmy thing, figured I got this emblem already. I did get the poison staff, so. But I'm hoping to do a mechanical boss today. But we'll see. There's still a lot of prep work that does kind of need doing. I'd like to get a few more potions. Easy enough. Now, we got ourselves another Shield of Cthulhu. But the problem with building 2 sets is I'll have to reforge them. Money is always a concern. Good morning, Don. Welcome in. And just so everybody knows, this will probably be a little bit short of a session. There's a few things I'm looking to do today. And I don't know if Don, I think you're from another country, so I don't know if you heard, but we had a little bit of an assassination of I would say an important political figure here yesterday. And I've been kind of watching that to see where it goes and see what information comes out, so I am curious, so I'll probably be watching that after the stream. So, I don't know if you know anything about it, but it does sound like they found the weapon. They have a lot of footage of the person. They've identified possible motives already. It's definitely political, of course. But, what else? They found the weapon, they found engravings, supposedly, you know, this could all, maybe not true, but it sounds like it's true. But they had engravings on the bullet casings, or the bullets, that basically had stuff about transgenderism and like Antifa stuff, so. Yeah, it's on TikTok, it's all over X, and honestly, the stuff on there it's vile. Like, for me, I wouldn't say I'm a fan of Charlie Kirk by any means. I agree with some of his stuff. I disagree with some of his stuff, you know. But you know, I still saw his content from time to time. But I may not have been like a fan of him, but what happened is truly awful. And it's one of the, if not the most important, like, assassinations, at least political assassinations, in our lifetime. I mean, it might not seem that way, but Charlie Kirk was a very influential person. And there are people that think he absolutely could have been a president someday. He was very smart, had a huge following. His career only really just began. So, with what happened was actually very devastating. So, man, he's a father of two. And just that alone, I mean, I would say none of his opinions, honestly, nobody's opinions warrant death, you know? If it's a bad idea, then oppose it, you know? But to shut it down and to kill somebody for something like that, like, that's not what you do. You know, you but yeah, so many people celebrating his death. That's what upsets me. It's truly vile people out there. So, ooh, I'm not too. If a mimic spawns, he could freaking murder me right now. I need crystals, and I need souls of light because I want to make wings for my summoner set. Trying to be careful. Right here, our potions on cooldown. But yeah, it's really, you know, some people might not think it's a big deal, but it is. You know, there was attempts on President Trump's life, multiple. There was in Minnesota, there was a political figure that was killed. She was more on the Democrat side, but it does sound like it was a Democrat that did it. It sounds like you beat Skeletron Prime? Hell yeah, nice. But it sounds like this lady in Minnesota, she voted a certain way on a bill, and this other person who was just a little bit more extreme didn't like that, and killed her and her husband. Granted, I don't know if that's 100% true, but it does sound like at least he was on the left and just way more extreme to the point where he would kill someone that's also on the left but doesn't agree with him. So there's been a lot of issues like this, but this is by far the biggest one. But I definitely want to keep on. I think it's important because I know a lot of people. Yeah, well, every year unfortunately has been wild. I'm not one to cry civil war. You know, I know a lot of people say it's coming, but I think it's coming, and I don't know how it'll look. I really don't. I don't know what a civil war in modern day America looks like. But I think it's coming. I think, I don't know what it, like, I don't know, but there's so much hate and so much divisiveness. And I blame the politicians and I blame the media. The media is too much. It's just the shit that they spread. They are lying to people. They're lying to people 24/7. And they're calling people like Charlie Kirk Hitler and Nazi and fascist and all this stuff. And maybe most people won't agree with that. But even if a percent of a percent agrees with it of their viewers, that's a lot of people. And all it takes is one of them, as we saw, to do something crazy, you know? Like the person with Trump and now with Charlie. And this is the media's fault. if they wouldn't spout this nonsense, these lies, and radicalize people, we'd have less of an issue. And it doesn't help that places like TikTok and Reddit, especially Reddit and X, the vile shit that people spew, you know, and they encourage each other. It's an echo chamber of these rotten ideas. But I am glad to hear that it sounds like they might have already identified the individual. Like I said, reports are that they found their gun. And they have them entering the campus, leaving the campus, going into a neighborhood. They have them on various Ring doorbells. So, yeah, my brother was the one that let me know, and then I saw the video, and I mean, I have a background in like the military and stuff like that, and I've seen my fair share of things. You get shot like that much blood right away. There was like once I saw it, it wasn't even a question if he would survive or not. It was unfortunately a kill shot. It sounds like there was reports he made it to the hospital and like was critical but stable, but I don't believe those reports for a second. I guarantee he was dead before he even got to the hospital, before even paramedics got there. That kind of shot, that kind of blood loss, you're gone within seconds, if not minutes, unfortunately. Which really sucks. If Charlie would have gotten shot, and I would never wish for anybody to get shot, but if he would have gotten shot and been able to survive, I think he could have become an even more powerful voice going forward. But now, I mean, other people are going to have to be that voice for him. But it really is unfortunate. And it's interesting to think, I don't think he made it. No chance he didn't. He'd never made it to the hospital. Paramedics probably got there and they probably did what they had to do, but I guarantee he was dead on arrival when they were there. But like, you got to think about the world right now and how different it could be. And I'm not saying good or bad, it's just how different it could be with the attempt on Donald Trump's life. You know, if that guy would have succeeded, or the second guy would have succeeded, or any of the ones we don't know about, just how different things would be. And now with Charlie gone, and you think about, like I said, there's a chance he could have been the president of the United States. He was young; he was only 31, and he had a huge following. He was a very smart, influential person. We don't know. So this today really did change our future, though. I think he was an important figure for a lot of people in terms of just hearing the opposition, hearing the other side, if anything. Making people at least think about things, you know? But that's the real, you know, when people are always calling, they're always calling Republicans and people fascists, right? The real fascist is the person that took the shot yesterday. Fascism is shutting down and punishing political opponents and not listening to them. That's the real fascist. It's not someone that has freedom written on their shirt, advocating for free speech and the rights of the people. That's not a fascist. The fascist is the person that shuts it down, that shouts down the event, that uses megaphones and threatens and you know, and social pressure and bullets, you know. That's the fascist right there. And that is the left in the United States, at least the extreme left. They don't want you to speak. They don't want you to have the opportunity to speak. They want to shut it down. And they label it as hate speech, as in, you know, your ideas about taxes and abortion are hurting people, and that's just not accurate. But yeah, it really is sad. And like I said, whether you agree with anything he said or not, to kill a father of two, to kill someone just because they have an opinion that differs from your own, that's just, it's insane. And I'm worried about like the going forward too, because this happens a lot. I did look it up, and it's not as rare as it should be that people on the left are committing these kinds of crimes. So I remember seeing a video quite a few years back. It was a person who was a supporter of Trump, and they were wearing the red MAGA hat. And he was outside in the street or on a sidewalk. And this guy just starts shouting, "Oh, we got a MAGA supporter over here," or "We got a Trump supporter over here, we got a MAGA supporter." And then he walked over the guy, put a gun to his head, and just shot him. Just killed him. Just because he voted for Trump. Well, I don't know much about him. All I know is he was a Trump supporter. Charlie Kirk. Calling him a Trump supporter is putting it very lightly. He was one of the top influencers and activists for the Republican Party. His focus was on youth. He wanted to, especially at colleges, because he wanted to speak with and educate younger people about politics and ideas. That was kind of his whole shtick, was focusing on the youth. And he started his whole journey when he was like 18. So he's been doing this for about 16 years. But he was by far one of the most influential people, of the conservative movement. So, he's probably nowadays even more well known than Ben Shapiro, and probably up there with like Steven Crowder. But Charlie Kirk is probably right now, at least on YouTube, probably was the top conservative commentator. So this was a very big blow. It really was. And again, I don't view Charlie Kirk as evil. I don't. Like I said, I don't agree with everything he said. Of course not. I don't agree with anything anyone says. Like everything that everyone says. I think people are right and wrong about things. Democrats, Republicans, whatever. Shit, there's stuff that Nazis would have said, Hitler himself would have said, that we would agree with. And then other things we didn't. And so to label someone like this, and then... I don't know. Good morning, Ennard. How's it going? I was just mentioning before that today's session might be a little bit shorter. Maybe I'll still stream, but I do want to kind of keep up with the developments of what's going on with Charlie Kirk's thing. I think this is the most significant, one of the most significant moments that has happened in a long time. In terms of like assassinations and stuff like that, this is probably the most important one in my lifetime here in the United States. I tried looking for other ones that have occurred, and besides like the attempt on Trump, this is very important. This is as some people said, that Charlie could very well have been our president someday. This was someone that had a very powerful voice and a very powerful following, and this was a political assassination. Truly insane. So, Do you guys like seeing the text on thing? It probably makes it easier for because sometimes I read, people post stuff and I reply to it, but you don't know what they said. So I feel like being able to see it will help. Indonesia uproar. Where are you from, Ennard? Because this, I don't know if you know about Charlie Kirk here in America or not. But I do. I heard of something about the Indonesia and India, and right now the England and Germany. Like, there's protests everywhere right now, and it's all based around. All the protests are all the same, and it's all about migration, whether legal or illegal. People are not happy with. Oh, that's right. You were from Malaysia, I believe, or something, or Cambodia. Yeah, I don't know if you know who Charlie Kirk was, but he was killed yesterday. Someone assassinated him while he was at a college doing a speaking event. And he wasn't just a YouTuber. He played a huge role in like President Trump's election. He would have played a huge role in every election going forward, to the point where he very well could have been the president himself. So this is a very big deal. Yeah. But yeah, kind of on a separate thing, since we mentioned it. The amount of protests going on in the world are insane right now. And it's all about the same thing. Scotland, Germany, England, United States, not so much, even though it's getting there. It's strange that every country is protesting immigration and want to deport people, and then here in America we're deporting people, and people are just protesting the deportation. It's kind of interesting. Not giving my opinion on that. It's just interesting. But yeah, everybody's really unhappy with the way migration and immigrants have been coming in. I even know Ukraine had some issues with that as well. Almost like every country. So I think immigration is fine. I think you need it, but I think you have to be smart with it. You can't just let a ton of people in, whether legally or illegally. You can't just let them in. I know that rapidly. I know Australia's having issues too with this. And from my understanding, they have to build like millions of homes a year to even attempt to keep up, which they can't do. There's too many people, too many migrants to house. Drives property taxes way higher. So, no, I have not heard that. So I'll have to look that one up. So, yeah, immigration it's great, but you have to do it strategically. You can't, especially you can't just let people in illegally. I'm not saying America's system's great. It's not. No one is saying that it's a good system, but you can't just let people in randomly. We have to have control. We have to know who's coming in here. You do have to have secure borders. I think a country without a border is not a country. I do agree with that statement. But even with legal immigration, it still has to be done wisely. So I know the issues in Germany. I don't know everywhere else. I know their issues. From my understanding, they were having a population decrease. And a decrease in population is very bad. And I know Japan is having this problem too. But a decrease will only lead to problems. So they let in a bunch of refugees, which led to a lot of people being very unhappy. And it is true that it starts to change your culture. It starts to change, your neighborhoods. I'm not saying good or bad, it just changes it. Sometimes bad, sometimes good, right? I know where I was from in Minnesota, and this is the shit that gets me canceled, but we had the biggest Somalian population of the entire United States, and it's not even close. It's huge. And I can't say it made it better. In fact, it was worse in a lot of ways. People from Somalia don't drive. So, and they're just straight up given driver's license. They don't have to pass tests and stuff like this. They're not good at driving. Nobody would be, and this isn't a racial thing. This is just the country they're from. They don't drive over there. So they're not very safe. Every time I was almost hit by somebody, and I mean every time, it was always a Somalian individual. And it was very dangerous. And Minnesota has some very dangerous roads at times with all the snow. But beyond that, I never noticed a major crime issue with Somalians. I really didn't. But this is what gets me in trouble. From a working standpoint, I don't know why, but Somalian people, and it's a cultural thing, must be, some of the worst employees I've ever had. The worst, in fact. Like the attitudes, the laziness, this entitlement. It was very, very strange. I don't know where it comes from, but it was really bad. And I was in sales, and Somalian customers were the worst. They were extremely rude. Always asking for discounts, always yelling. I don't understand why, but just very rude, always trying to scam and everything else. I have no problem with any other race or culture in terms of like my job. But for whatever reason, Somalians always made trouble. Always. Always wanting free stuff, always trying to bargain for everything, throwing attitudes and yelling. And I don't know, man. Oh God, I'm going to die. Ah! Here we are trying to play a friendly game of Terraria, and we're talking about heavy-ass shit. Oh, no, we're done with that. We got enough to make my wings. Oh. Yeah, kind of what you said. Sometimes you need it if your population is declining, because a declining population will lead to problems. So I understand that. But at the same time, is the cure worse than the disease? Is bringing in 500,000 refugees from a country, these refugees are, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be crude here, I'm just trying to say this, but they're poorly educated. They're not, they don't have any really notable skills in terms of, like, their job and stuff like this. They're very, very low-end workers. And why can't I make wings? What am I missing here? When you just bring that many people in, one thing I've noticed is they have a lot of kids. Government programs take a massive hit because all of a sudden you have a lot more people on social programs than you did before. And they see this and they do end up having a lot more kids to cash in on these bonuses. And then these kids are not raised very well over time. And I know I'm getting close to bad stuff here, but you see this in several communities. Like in America, the black community, black women are incentivized to just get pregnant with from several different men and collect child support, and then get on unemployment and, other factors. And like, I knew a person that they stated themselves that their own mother told them, just find yourself a couple men, get pregnant, have their kids, get the money, and then you don't have to work. This is what their own mother tells them. So and then like here in America, in black households, I think it's something like 70 to 80% of them don't have fathers in the home. And this does lead to problems. Kids without fathers are more likely to end up in jail, end up shot, end up committing crimes. So it's a problem. There, we're officially got this. We need boots and I don't know, maybe another shield. What accessories should I get for my summoner build? Maybe we should focus on fighting a mechanical boss. The things we need. One thing I need is my. I want my Daedalus bow for sure. I have the warding angel wings for the summoner, and I just have the harpy wings on my melee set. So let me think here. I need the Daedalus storm bow for Eater of Worlds and Mechanical Worm. I want the clockwork rifle from Wall of Flesh. It's definitely an upgrade. But let's see here. We're going to fight Skeletron first. Which neither summoning nor melee is going to do the trick on him. He's definitely more of a range. So I might collect... Do I have titanium? Adamantium, rather. I might make the adamantium helmet, but then I'd have to work on a ranged set as well. When I fight mechanical boss, I finally figured out the problem. What do you think the problem was? To increase damage. I'm going to set this in a box. I do have some decent ranged weapons. Damn, Skeletron is my easiest one. I do need to do ranged or magic. I haven't... Let me look at my accessories here. I don't have much good. But for the most part, my accessories wouldn't change too much. Legendary mode, Fargo Soul, Death mode, Calamity are really hard. Sure is. That's basically what I did. A little bit ago. It was crazy. Yeah, everything will murder you. I like there was... I don't know which mod it was, but you drown much faster, and if you're in space, you suffocate as well. What to do, guys? What to do? I'm gonna pull up some notes here. Give myself an idea. All right. You know, there's really not a ton of things I could do differently right now. Besides get crystal dart. I believe this works for the gun. No. I don't want darts. I want bullets. Huh. Why do I see crystal darts and not... There they are, crystal bullets. These things are very good. 1,500, that's not going to be enough. I need to make the, I need a fish for the double cod in the jungle. It, makes the ammo reservation potion. There we go. That's quite a few bullets. That should do for a while. These. I hope you beat him. I don't know. I'm just nervous, I guess. I'm just nervous about fighting him. I want to fight the Wall of Flesh, but to be honest, I'm not that much more powerful. So I'm really not. Here, let's go fight the the queen bee a couple times. Get some bee nades. And then we'll go fight Wall of Flesh a couple times. I'd like to get the ranger, the what is it? The ranger emblem, the warrior emblem. I'd like to get the clockwork assault rifle. And that's about it. Whoa! Come on, what are you doing there, turtle? I'm not gonna waste my bullets. Damn. Queen Bee doesn't do anything to me, but that other one sure does. Easy enough. Let's do that again. Ah, stop it, Bee. Do you have any spare emblem? Nope, I have only beat Wall of Flesh one time so far. Might have to recall out. Getting hit too much. Too many of those damn bees are spawning. And no spare emblems. I could get to the destroyer, but I don't want to wait that long. Because... Oh, shimmer? I have not found the shimmer, so... And I want multiple. I want the warrior. I want a warrior. One for the warrior, one for the summoner, you know, I want, and the ranger. I'm going to have 3 builds going, so... Jungle is not safe. What boss are we in? We are in hard mode. So I just beat Wall of Flesh in the last session. The only thing I've done in hard mode is I accidentally did the pirate event off stream. So right now we would be on the mechanical bosses. But I want to farm the Wall of Flesh to get some my emblems and hopefully the clockwork assault rifle. Oh. Bee's knees. Grenade. But I bought some before. Let's go get some. So I'm gonna go fight Wall of Flesh here a couple times. So I was just farming up some bee nades just to make him easier. Not that he would be challenging necessarily, but it is hard mode now, so you never know what might spawn down there. So it's better just to kill him and get the hell out as quick as possible. The only thing I want to change is I want to buy some mana potions. And I'm going to bring the bring my mana pot thing. Just in case. We'll put it over the balloon. Don't really need the balloon that much more anymore. The number one thing is to not have your mirror on your hotbar when you fight the Wall of Flesh. Because if you try to recall during that fight, you just go splat. You just die. So keep that the hell off your hotbar when you fight Wall of Flesh in hardcore mode. I have made that mistake before. We'll leave that as a record to see how much sooner we kill him. I mean, we do have the adamantium set, which is a hell of a lot better than the molten. you know, I guess we don't, that's about it. We don't really have much else besides the armor set. We're still using the same gun. Granted, I have the crystal ammo, which will do a hell of a lot more damage. I'm not bringing my water bolt. Look. Yeah, that'll work out pretty well. I probably should still use the water bolt, but I think with the bean aids I made and the poison staff and my mini shark with crystal bullets, how close did I get with my thing? I still had a long path. And now I have wings. Woot. Still gotta be careful though. I can't underestimate how strong all the flesh is mixed with the other things that could spawn down here during that time. Ah, did I forget to bring a voodoo doll? Ah, rotten. I do this every time. We'll bring 2. Ah, all that running for nothing. My little guy needed some exercise anyways. So again, and I don't want to get too much into it again, but this might be a shorter session just because there is a lot of developments coming out about Charlie Kirk's assassination yesterday, and I do kind of want to keep up with everything that's going on. So I know this morning they found, or at least last night or this morning, I don't know, but they found the gun and the various bullets. They have the person coming and going from the campus through the neighborhood. They have door cams of this person. There's been some reports that they've identified who it is. I even saw one thing that talked about possible manifesto. You know, it's so hard to know what's accurate or not. But it's something I think is very important right now. And I definitely want to keep up with what's going on. Get them, spiders. So, and while I'm running here, hello. While I'm running here, I just like to always plug my other work here. I have uploaded a couple new videos. I'm trying something new, calling it my Future of series. The first one is the Future of Final Fantasy, and the second one was the Future of World of Warcraft. I really hope you go and check these out. I put a lot of work into them. So I would greatly appreciate you checking those out, giving it a like, you know, throwing some comments on there. Beyond that, my brother and I have been doing a podcast. We're going to kind of do it once a week. This one we talked about Borderlands 4. And then we also talked about a few things, a few topics. Random stuff, really. But, we're going to be streaming. My day is wonderful. Thank you for asking. We're going to be streaming starting tomorrow afternoon. We're going to be streaming oh, look at all the bees. We're going to be streaming Borderlands 4 all afternoon on Friday. Ranger emblem, okay. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted. We're going to be streaming it all Friday, and then, or all afternoon on Friday, all Saturday, and all Sunday. We're going to be putting in a lot of hours, so I definitely hope you guys will join for that one. Other than that, something that's very important to me is, if you look in the description, I guess not of today's video, I didn't put it in there yet, but on former videos, I started a Kickstarter for a card game called Thank You, Mr. Whompy. Odd name, I know, but I swear it's fun. It's something I really, really want to get on store shelves. So my goal in life, probably the most important thing to me, what I want more than anything, is to be a game maker, a writer, you know. I do have one book already. You know, the second one, the sequel is finished. I'm getting it out there. So if you ever want to check out my book, it's in the description of any of my videos. But I want this game to succeed. It's the first time I've tried to make and release a game like this. So definitely check out my Kickstarter. You know, if you want to back it, wonderful, no pressure. But the most important thing is actually just sharing it with people, sharing it on your social media, you know, letting people know, getting it out there. So it's very important to me to do this, to be a writer, to be a game maker. That's what I want to do with my life. So if you do check it out, let me know. Skull Cookie of Doom. What the hell? You get the cool name award of today. Come on, be melee. Ranger again, huh? Oh well. Hey. Pew 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 pew. Well, I'll take that over the poison thing. So. Alright, let's put that in there. Not gonna need you, not gonna need you. Definitely gonna use the Ranger emblem. I'm just gonna keep that here. Well, you know what? We're gonna equip it now. I think the balloon is getting retired. But if anybody's curious, my card game that I made a lot of them, but this one, the first one I'm trying to push out there, is the Thank You, Mr. Whompy. The whole idea of it is there's a single deck of cards, and you can have anywhere from 2 to as many players as you want. I think it works well with like 4, 5, or 6 people. But the first person going draws a card. They see how much it costs to do this. The card will tell you whether it'll affect you, or you can choose another player for it to affect, or if that'll work, or if it affects everybody at the same time. And then it goes to the next person. And each card will add some new rule that you have to follow. What is this? Oh, hey, a gravestone for I can make I need to kill NPCs. Then I can make my graveyard biome. I forgot the NPCs drop these. But yeah, so as the cards pile up, it's different things that you have to do, different rules you have to follow. If you fail to follow a rule, you lose a life. So the game becomes memorizing your own rules that you have to follow and trying to catch people not following their own. And it's tons of weird stuff you have to do, things you have to say, different noises, different phrases, different physical actions. It does get pretty damn funny. All right, so I need. Damn, do we want to? When can you get life fruit? I always forget. Is it? Need to defeat 1 mechanical boss. So let's see here. Sort. You know what I do need? I need the. I need an alchemy table. I don't really want to go into the dungeon right now, but we need an alchemy table. Then, so that way you don't wait. So an alchemy table, it has like a 50% chance or something of not using the materials. Ugh, not having that balloon, I feel it. I'm actually going to get rid of the shield. Then I think I'll move the shield to my summoner build. There we go. Glad I have this thing. This thing is so strong, though. Oh, hell, these guys hit hard. It's so dark. That was actually really stupid what I just did there. I clicked on my 3 loadout, which took away all my accessories, all my armor. If I was high enough, I could have died right there. That was really stupid to do. I'm lucky I wasn't that high. While that would have been a very funny way to end this series, I would have been very upset. Man, it's so dark. Alright, we're just going to get in here. Try to find this alchemy table and get the hell out. I'm not going to linger. Finding the shimmer. Yeah. I mean, I've explored a good chunk, but not, yeah, I have not found it. I never find the shimmer, man. The shimmer hates me. I'm trying to look for places I haven't been to yet. That's a dead end. No. I did find the hollow key earlier. Alright, here we go. Some untapped terrain. Come on, alchemy table. Come out. Come out and play. There we go. Got what we came for. We're out. Yeah, 33% chance not to consume the materials, so kind of essential. I keep my fishing pole. Who wants to watch me fish for an hour? I think I've pretty much gotten all the plants I could possibly need, so having the alchemy table, I don't think I need to do the farming aspect anymore. Do whatever I want. As long as we have good topics to chat about, it'll go by. I am out of bottles. I'm just gonna go to sleep. Well, I don't know if I'm going to or not. I'm still trying to, like... I'm trying to think if I should go for... There's several other potions that I could get. And to help me out. Midnight, jeez. Yeah, I guess you're 12 hours ahead. On the opposite side of the world, man. Alright, let's look at our potions here. Definitely want to make some more of these. I think I had... Yeah. 12. I don't want to run out, but We'll risk it. I don't know what I need. I need more unicorn horns, I think. Alright, let's look at our potions here. Let's make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are we gonna need any magic ones? I don't see myself using... I have the materials. F it. Why not? Won't need that. I don't... We have a... It's cloudy outside today, but we're looking at... I'm just gonna make all of those. About 91 degrees and sunny, probably, for the most part. Okay. So, other potions that we could get would be... I don't ever use Inferno potions because it makes it too hard to see. But we could get the Rage. There's the Wrath. We got some life force potions for now. So if I was to fight Skeletron right now, which I can't because I don't even have the summoning thing, I could try fighting the twins. I do have theirs. It wouldn't be right now. The only boss I can't fight yet or don't want to is Destroyer because I want my Daedalus. So how about this next upcoming evening, we fight either the twins, because we have the summoning thing for it somewhere. There it is. Or we'll fight Skeletron Prime if we find the thing. And there's nothing I would change really gear-wise right now. How much does my armor change? 52? I don't like that. Alright. What else can we get? What is something we're missing? What's something we can get to prepare? We have 1 day to prepare before Mechanical Eye. I say fishing. That's the one thing. I know there's several potions that we can have that will, you know, help that much more. So let's go fish. Everybody loves watching people fish. And I'm going to go to the corruption biome. Ooh, lots of stars. No, I traded the Night's Edge for the Breaker Blade. I don't like the Night's Edge personally. I like timing my hits to be rather large than the quick version. Night's Edge is okay, but I prefer the Breaker. And in terms of other melee, really the only better weapon would be the chain guillotine from the corruption mimic, I believe. But I won't be using... I will not be using melee against... the only boss I might melee to any extent would be Destroyer. But the other ones I will not be using melee in any way, shape, or form. Now let's make our little barricade up here. Alright, fishy. But I'll be fighting all 3 bosses, mechanical bosses, with ranged. I'll be using the Clockwork Assault Rifle for Skeletron and Twins. And then I will use the Daedalus Stormbow mixed with my Breaker Blade and Assault Rifle to take out like his little drone assholes. And the ebb and kai, I'm not going to farm too many of them, so don't worry. I'm not going to be fishing here for an hour. I just want to get to like 5 of them. And then I'm going to go and... there's the one fish from the underground jungle. It starts with a V. I can never remember its name. But it's a summoning. You can make a summoning potion with it. But being that I'm not a summoner class, one extra spider is not going to make... I mean, it's not going to make any difference. So... kind of thinking out loud here. And then we don't have the time. Well, I would say we can make a crimson biome and fish to get the... I think the wrath potions. I think this one's the rage or whatever, and then the other one's wrath. I can never remember. But unfortunately, I don't have the headstones yet. I need to kill NPCs and get their headstones to eventually make a graveyard biome. And we were talking about this many sessions ago, about this. And that's the change I remember. It wasn't that you could craft headstones. The developers wanted for people that play in hardcore to be able to make the opposite biome. But so they needed access to headstones. So the way they did that was that NPCs would now drop headstones when they died. That was the change they made. So I'm still able to make a graveyard biome without having to die. Which we will do at some point to make a crimson biome. And to get the other type of fish. To make the wrath, I believe. So has anybody here, has anybody watched the future of videos that I did? The future of World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy? Have any of you seen that yet? And if so, what did you think? I'm going to work on my next one today. I kind of did a bunch of work in the background, so now it's just putting together, like editing all the audio and the clips and everything. So I got one more that I don't know if I'll finish it today or not. It's a little bit longer of a one. But it'll either be up today or tomorrow. And then this weekend will be all about Borderlands. Damn, come on now. What's going on? We were catching these things right and left right at the beginning. It's a pre-made video. It's not live. So. The first one is okay. I'm not the best with video editing. But the first one was okay. But I learned some stuff between making the first one and the second one. So the second one is substantially better. Everything from an audio standpoint to a visual standpoint to just how it's edited in general. What is that? So, yeah, I mean, check my channel out, man. I got tons of videos. I make music. I make audiobooks. Granted, the old audiobooks are all gone. It's now I'm making my book into an audiobook. I got gameplay. I got some podcast stuff. You know, I'm always doing something. All right, let's get out of here. Might as well open these. I do want to... Man, what is this? Blah, 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 blah. That's cool. I'm gonna sell it, though. Sell, 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 sell. Sell, sell. Put these in here. And now we will have access to... what am I missing here? Ah, there it is. The Wrath. So the other fish from the Crimson gives Rage Potions. And now we're going to go to the jungle. And we're just going to fish on the surface. Because that's how we will get... double cod. We are here for double cod now. Yeah, definitely look. I make a lot of stuff, you know, and the more support I get, the more views, the more likes, the more comments, the more interest, the more I'll make. So, to be honest, back in the day, when I don't know if any of you have been with me since the beginning, but I originally started doing YouTube 10 years ago or so, and my original videos, so I used to have to drive to work, and it would take me an hour to get to work. And so what I did is I'd listen to audiobooks while I drove. And I've always been a big fan of World of Warcraft. So I was like, oh, I'll listen to those books now because I know World of Warcraft has a huge lore behind it, tons of books. So I looked it up. They didn't exist. There was no World of Warcraft books. And I had this idea. Maybe I'll make them. So I ended up reading and recording audio for World of Warcraft. And it was really bad at first. Like, I didn't have a good mic. I used the mic that came out of my headset. I used a program that could record, but not like edit. So, if I made a mistake, I'd have to complete, like, if I read a sentence now, because I use proper programs, I could start reading a sentence and whatever. I can keep reading as long as I want. If I make a mistake, I just cut that single part and I continue reading. Or when I first started, I used this program where it just created the audio file. I would read 2 minutes straight, and if I made a single mistake, I'd have to restart. And it took me an hour and a half to make a 15-minute video. Once I got better at it, I could knock out a video in a half hour easy. And then I bought like a new mic, got paid for some software. And my audiobooks ended up becoming really good. If you go over to, you can still search them on YouTube because a lot of people stole them and re-uploaded them themselves. There's my second channel where I do have them uploaded. I also uploaded some of them on Rumble, but I had to take them down because I didn't want to get in trouble. YouTube changed a bunch of policies and they demonetized this kind of content. And I didn't think it was going to be too far of a step for maybe to get in trouble for this kind of content. So I did take it down. But back then, man, my YouTube was killing it. It was really good. We were over 4,000 subscribers. Now we're down to like a little over 3,000. But yeah, I had over 4,000 subscribers, over 2 million views. Like, it was going very, very well. I was very excited. I enjoyed making this stuff, and then we had a few gaming things that did well. Couple games had videos get 50,000 plus views. Like, things were going well, but once that demonetization thing, it was never about the money, but it just kind of killed my motivation to do it. So, and I haven't really given YouTube much work since then. Okay, so we have. Sorry for that really long little story. We got heart lanterns. We got fireplaces. We got one stat. Yeah, it's one thing we can do, actually. Let's go to the underground desert, even though that's dangerous as hell. And let's see if we can't find another statue of Bost. But again, I've been trying with YouTube again, trying to build something. There's a lot of things I want to do, but I don't know. Not everything is easy. Not everything works. So we'll keep trying. Hopefully something will take off and become my thing. My girl and I are actually going to start doing... we're going to start doing... I'll just say restaurant reviews. It's not quite that simple, what we're planning, but we want to start doing kind of restaurant reviews in a ballpark. It's something different. I think something unique and special, the way we're going to do it. But that's something we want to try. We're both really big foodies. We both like to cook. So I want to try my hand at making cooking videos and kind of going different places. So, and I know this is going to seem weird, but the inspiration of what we're doing is actually coming from Dungeons and Dragons game we played. So there was a certain character I made that inspired this idea. So we're gonna go with it and see what I should not be here without a danger seed potion. We'll just be really careful. What? What do you mean what? What? So, it'll be a few weeks before we upload anything. We were planning to go out this weekend to film our very first one, but that is not going to happen because of Borderlands. But hopefully the weekend after we will do so. So, but I don't want to spoil what it's going to be called or what's going to make it special. You'll just have to wait. But it's going to be fun. So, and I'm hoping, you know, again, I'm an author. I have my own published book out there, and I'm working on getting the second one published right now, and I'm working on a third and a fourth. I'm a writer. I want to turn this this restaurant. I'm going to use these things, restaurant review, into a new book. So, yeah, I get kind of nervous when I get half health. I'm not going to lie. I'm out. I hear another serpent thing coming, and no. Nope. All right. Who thinks I should fight the mechanical eye right now, and who thinks I should try to bolster my power a little bit more? Who thinks I'm ready? Who thinks I should do it, knowing that this could be the end of the game? I don't know how to do polls or anything, so do I continue or not? Or do I give in? Or go and bolster myself some more? What is the general consensus? Damn, that's expensive. You'd vote get a little stronger? What do I have? 1 platinum, almost 2 platinum? The thing about twins is I might be able to escape them, though. I could probably teleport back and go underground. Oof. I'll take 3. I know this might be sound dumb. I think I'm going to try it. I think I'm going to go for it. I'm nervous. But I think I'm not as good as I can possibly be, but like I'm pretty close. I'm going for it, I think. Wish me luck. I'm gonna try not to. If it comes down to it, I don't know. I don't want to disconnect. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll just Alt F4 this thing. I mean, what else could I get? Let's be realistic here. What else could I get? My accessories are mostly all defended up. I mean, what else could I get? I mean, this is hasty. That's not bad. It could be legendary or something. I got my arena set up. The only thing I could do differently is, and I forgot to do this, is I could get the honey buff up in here, which a little too late now. Let's do it. Let's just do it. I'm good at Terraria. Fuck, I'm nervous. I feel like I'm about to die. I gotta go back and see what time it is. Bosses, from my understanding, you can spawn at 7:30. Usually I fight Skeletron first. I've gotten better at the twins fight. I'm not great at it. But I have gotten better at it. I'm just waiting for 7:30 to come on. Then we'll pop our potions. Or there we go. We'll let our life force catch up. Drop this. Some pretty good health regen and committed. Not a good start. Not in a good position here. There we go. Now I'm not in the middle of the cocksuckers. Actually, this is the one I want to kill first. Shit. Thank you. I'm not able to get on the side of this bastard like I want to. Alright. I'm gonna grab a couple hearts. Alright, this guy's about to transform. I'm getting way too far from my arena. There he goes. And someone's calling me right now. Bad timing, person. You are not getting answered. I'm just doing this so Mr. Don can go to bed. I'm risking this entire game just so he can go to sleep. So I prefer to take out the guy that spews the green shit, and then fight this guy second. It's always been my my preferred method. I feel like this guy is easier. Bam! First mechanical boss down. Do a little dance. Do a little dance. Woo. Look at all these hearts down here. What did I even have to worry about? Now let's see who's calling me, huh? What is this? What is this? Do I know anybody from Millbrae, California? I don't think so. Woof. That was good. Alright. Look at that. Throw these guys in there. Excalibur! Look at that. I think that's definitely what we're about to do. Oh yeah, ended that shit at full health. So I think right now, the Excalibur, I mean, it's such a good weapon. Durandal though is good if for my summoner build, but I'm actually gonna build the Excalibur here. Wham! And it's godly. Ah, what luck! Hell yeah! Hell yes! The Terraria gods. Can you make a pick saw? No. picksaw comes from... maybe you mean Drax. The picksaw comes from the golem as a drop. Drax is what you make with hollow bars and everything. So the Drax is the next drill. But you can't do that until all three are dead. So now what we're going to do, because now we have something to do, is we grab a couple of these mofos. A couple of these. And then a couple of these. And we go and get our ass into the jungle, of all places. Because we are going to... Oh, the Excalibur, and it's godly? Like, come on. That's some luck there. So again, I have trouble on twins occasionally. Yes, I do. But I've gotten much better at the fight. But Skeletron, I never have issues with. You know, those could be my famous last words. But I'm usually pretty good with him. The Destroyer is the one that can be very, very frightening. Alright, keep your eye on Life Fruit. Life Fruit. Life Fruit. Come be a part of my life. Life Fruit. Lots of hearts. I gotta stop swinging. I'm gonna piss off a bunch of bees. Still got my potions all active too, so. Alright, Life Fruit. Come on now. Cool. None. Alright, let's go down a different hole. Skeletron Prime. Just move. Like, big circles. Kind of like what I was doing twins. You just gotta move your ass. But yes, his hands he can get a little handsy. Which is why I always recommend the Shield of Cthulhu. Until you can get, like, Master Ninja gear, it's just so damn useful. That little dash, it's wonderful. Okay, does Life Fruit just not exist? Oh, actually, you know what? Let's do this before... So, a little tutorial for anybody wanting to build a proper arena. Buy these bubbles. I'm going to buy that many. And then we go ahead and make ourselves... We're going to make 5 buckets. This is important for every arena. Don't spoil it. Because for those that don't know, this is an amazing extra thing to add to your arena. And I found that not a lot of people know about this one. Can't believe I'm not finding any goddamn Life Fruit. Alright, so now we go into our wonderful little beehive where there's honey. We use our bucket. And we get ourselves some honey. And, well, let's go look around for 3 more minutes and then we'll go do the arena thing. I want to, let's use my... Oh, that's right there. That's what will kill your run. That right there, Medusa. If she stones you while you're midair, you'll fall and you will break. Well, does it slow you down, though? Yes, but only for a second. Not even a microsecond. So I'll show you. I assure you, the benefits outweigh the dangers. I also need a feral claw. Damn, how the hell is it getting low? I also need water chests for possible water walking. So I can make my next level O boots. The Destroyer is actually the hard one. He is difficult. Damn it. Right. I see you down there, little vine man. Or no, those are spiders. Well, they can stay their happy asses in there. We got the steampunker. Yeah, life fruit start spawning after one mechanical, but they spawn over time, I think. I don't think it's like all at once, so it'll get more frequent, I'm guessing, as time goes on. Kind of like Plantera bulbs. Alright, I only got 10 seconds left on Spelunker, then we'll head up and I'll show you about this awesome thing to add to your arena. And it's gone. Alright, to the arena. All you need is bubbles from the party girl. And party girl can be found in the spider biome anytime. So we'll make one right here. So, you put it like this. You make this little thing just like that. Then you just take your bucket of honey and you drop it right in the middle. And that's that. And now you see I don't have the honey buff, but there, now I have the honey buff for 30 seconds. So put these in a couple locations of your arena. I like to put them in places I'm not going to forget. Or your bucket of honey inside. I'll make one over here. I'll make a couple more. Well, yeah, I'll make 2 more. Out of your slime. I'll make it in a weird spot. Oh no, I'm missing it. I need 3 more. Nope, the buff lasts the entire time. So again, I don't have the buff. I got it. I'm out. Like, it's that quick. I'm actually going to destroy these, to be honest. Because it does slow you down, and I don't want to randomly get caught in it. So, I'll destroy these on top. So, there you go. So, as you're fighting, I got 12 seconds. When it gets low, just run into it. Keep moving. You know, clearly if the boss is right next to you, well, don't go into it, because it does stop your speed. But in terms of your run bonus, once you're out of it, you're good. So, as long as you're moving, you'll maintain that speed once you get out of it. I would recommend don't go into it slow, because then you get out of it a little bit slower. This weapon's actually really good for passive farming type stuff. So, there you go. Another little fun addition to your arena. Alright. Well, I'm going to call it there. I went actually a little bit longer than I even thought I would. So I'm very happy we were able to take down our first mechanical boss. And now we got the steampunker. So, she is... Actually, here's a couple things before I go. Blendomatic. And these things are essential, the conveyor belts, to a good passive farm. Have the conveyor belts leading inward, so with you at the center. I'll show you next session. We'll build my my hollow. I build a hollow farm to get unicorns and whatnot. But I'll show you one more thing. A lot of people don't know about the Blendomatic and what this thing can do. So, Blendomatic. You get yourself, wherever I have it. Alright, let me see. Alright, so you get yourself gel. And you get yourself some stone blocks. And then you go to the Blendomatic and you can make asphalt. And this is something I swear nobody knows about this stuff. Alright, that's enough. So, now let's go back to our arena, and then this will... Because we never drop below our bottom line. We always maintain this bottom one. So let's do this real quick. Oh, let me do it like this first. Yeah. Just so I can show you and then get you guys out of here. Alright, I'm almost done. Almost done. Alright, there we go. So, this is us running normal speed. You kind of already saw it, but this is me normal speed on this platform with boots. That's it. But then when we get to the platform, like, the speed increase is insane. Let's make this longer so you can really see, and we'll make it outside of these bubbles. But in Calamity, this is how I beat probably 50% of the bosses I come into encounter with. I just outrun the bastards. So, but yeah, let me build a little platform of this, and you'll just see how fast you get. Why are my spiders back there? Alright, platform's almost good. It works extremely well with Moonlord. So, he'll still keep up with you. He's the one boss that he kind of sticks to you. But yeah, watch this. So, watch the difference between me running on this platform and the other one. Like, substantial difference. To that, to... So... Like this thing, and you're sitting here shooting backwards. It's great. So, I recommend building a very, very long version of this platform. Tons of the bosses you'll fight will not be able to keep up with you. Something like twins, they will really struggle. We'll fight them again later, because we're going to need to farm up more souls. And I'll use this platform, and you'll see just the difference it makes. It's wonderful. I don't recommend it against Destroyer, but kinda. And it doesn't work on all bosses. You know, some bosses might be biome specific. Like, I don't recommend this with Golem. I'll have to put my lanterns and stuff, and... It actually might be beneficial to put the bubble, the honey bubble, like above you, so that way if you need it, you can just kind of jump into it, rather than run across from it every time you don't need it. I might change it up to be something like that later. I just want to use the rest of this. There's also an interesting thing I did back in the day. I don't recommend it, but Duke Fishron drops his mount, and his mount is egregiously fast in water. So I built a platform that stretched the entire map, and I filled it with water. And I could just run on that thing. But yeah, look at this thing. Ah, I didn't mean to recall. But yeah, incredibly fast. Wish creatures would stop spawning, but look at this. And if, like I said, if a boss is coming behind me. So. But yeah, there you go. A couple tips for your arenas. The honey bubble and asphalt. And now now I think they might have changed it. But if you have the unicorn mount, it makes you, the blessed apple, it makes you very fast. It used to scale with the asphalt. I don't know if it does anymore. But you'll be running twice as fast as I was running, so. But okay, that is it for me today. I'm going to go ahead and save and exit. I may or may not be on later. I don't know. I kind of wanted to put some more work on my next future of video. Other than that, I haven't really chatted with my brother or played any games with him, so I'll probably play something with him today, or maybe we'll stream it. Not 100% sure. But as always, thanks for joining me. Check out my other videos, and then hopefully I'll see you guys. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Before we play Borderlands, so I'll see you tomorrow morning, and then maybe we'll take out Skeletron. So, but yeah, have.